Careful with that biscuit, guy.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? That's me, Kai. I'm just a regular kid from York. You know, I love sports, was academic, and was really, really confident. I've always wanted to do stuff like this, but I've never really had the guts to come and do it on YouTube. But I've always wanted to get hold of a camera. Fast forward. So what on earth happened in 2020 to make it all go wrong?
A mass evacuation this morning along Australia's southeastern coast, with bushfires looming and extreme danger ahead.
Everything is so dry here, and it's been drying out for 2 years, so it's very volatile. And
CNN is able to tell you now that NBA star Kobe Bryant was on board that helicopter and is now dead at the age of 41.
Unwelcome but expected, the coronavirus has hit the UK.
The problem is that this is an evolving situation. Literally every day we learn a little bit more about it.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
But little did I realise, this global tragedy would be the start of something great for me. Fast forward. The date was March 25th, and that's when I stumbled across a very well-known app called TikTok. I had a bulldoze mentality, wanting to plough through every single competitor in front of me, and within a month of being on the app, I had over 10,000 followers. That number kept on growing and growing, up until this point where there is now 140,000 of you. And by the time this video goes out, I should have over 10 million likes on TikTok. It's insane. It's crazy to think something that started out as a joke has now become my part-time job. And if you'd told me this time last year I'd have this following, I'd never have believed you. So let's take you back to then. On this day, exactly a year ago, I posted this very video. Now, a lot of you might not have seen that because I only posted it to my Facebook and my private Instagram. But at the time I was so focused on how much I'd developed emotionally, I was blind to the physical developments that I could make in the future. And I think that's why I'm a lot more proud of how I've developed in 2020, because I've focused on my future and where I want to go with my life. And I think that's down to one factor, something I heard around the start of April. It was momentum. Momentum is the
strongest force in the universe, known to mankind. Roll with it. If you feel your life going in a certain direction and picking up speed, roll with it.
And since then, I've started university and met the most amazing people, as well as the people I've met on TikTok. 2020 was also supposed to be the year that I was going travelling, but unfortunately, the day I was supposed to fly was the weekend we went into lockdown. But hey, I went camping instead. But I've got a lot of big plans for next year. In the early new year, me and two of my mates, Johnny Chick and Josh Bailey, are bringing out the Us 3 podcast, where we will discuss the hot topics going around the world at that very moment in time. We'll also be starting a second podcast called Us 3 FC, where we will discuss what has been happening in the football that very week. Alongside this, I'm also planning to post on YouTube every single week after mid-January. And don't worry about the TikTok, I'll be continuing to post there every single day like I have since the start of April. But again, looking back at 2020, aside from fighting over toilet rolls, I think the world as a whole came together more. I think the pandemic provided a clear eye-opener on how to combat climate change. The Venice rivers were clear for the first time in years, alongside many other environmental impacts. The UK also came together to support the NHS, clapping every Thursday to show their appreciation. And the world as a whole came together to support the Black Lives Matter movement. So yeah, 2020's had a lot of negatives, but I think there are a few positives we can take away into 2021. Hopefully, we won't be locked down for too much longer, but while we are, the biggest advice I could give is to work on yourself. Because when you are happy, that's when the results start to come in. Now, 1 year later, looking back on it, 2020 might not have been the best year of my life, but I can definitely say it's been the most important year of my life. It's allowed me to develop a platform and go forward with what I've always wanted to do. You know, this is a dream of mine, and I can't thank each and every one of you enough for allowing me to do this. I think the biggest bit of advice I could give to anyone based off this year is don't take criticism of someone you wouldn't take advice from. And I think if 2020 has taught the world one thing, it's that life may not always be as good as it should be, but it's never as bad as it could be. So that's another year in the bag. 2021, here we come.